Home is the place, a site in which we live. But Fraser's Ridge is much more than that. A community built by the people who live there.
As fans eagerly anticipate the final season of Outlander, there's a palpable excitement in the air. With the series' long-running storyline coming to a close, the 8th season is set to alter the Outlander universe in ways we might not expect. What should we anticipate from this final installment? Let's dive into the possibilities that await us, including character developments, new plotlines, and what it means for the beloved saga of Claire and Jamie Fraser. What's more intriguing is how this season could depart from the book series by Diana Gabaldon, especially since she's still penning the final chapters. Will this lead to a dramatically different ending? And how will these changes impact our favorite characters? Stay tuned as we explore how Season 8 is not just a conclusion, but a transformation of the Outlander narrative. There are considerable changes expected in their relationship in the course of the 8th season of the series. All through the seasons, we have watched their relationship being developed in the midst of historic and personal events. Now with the American Revolutionary War on the way, the pressure has escalated. Is Claire's medical training enough to save her family, or will it expose them to even bigger threats? The 8th season will be a fusion of Diana Gabaldon's Go Tell the Beast That I'm Gone and explain the challenges facing the beloved couple. Perhaps we see Claire in distress trying to recoup the damage caused by her actions, and how war destroys their relationship. How will Jamie balance the conflict of being loyal to his family and the cause of freedom? These questions grip us with anxiety as to what gets them out of the mess of love in such turmoil. The focus will always be there for both Claire and Jamie, but it is likely that the last season will give more insight into the character of other individuals. For example, Bree and Roger have played significant roles in the story so far, but Season 8 promises to elevate their arcs even further. Since they are in the spotlight with Claire and Jamie, we might get to see the comings and goings of their victories and defeats from a higher altitude. This season has potential character development opportunities for young Ian and Marcelly. In their own right, faced with challenges, they must rise to the occasion and prove their support for Claire and Jamie. Will we witness any alliances, unexpected or otherwise, or even conflicts that will test these relationships? The possibilities for character development are vast. One of the most influential factors that is guiding Season 8 is the history of the American Revolutionary War. And where such a historical setting plays a role, there is much room for development for the screenwriters. This war could shift the characters' alliances and perspectives, which means that the audience will experience a rich narrative tapestry woven from divided loyalties. How will Jamie's commitment to the Fraser clan come into conflict with his increasing engagement in political matters? How will Claire be able to operate as a healer at a time like this that is fraught with so many challenges? The blending of personal and political conflicts will surely enrich the narrative, especially since this season is positioned as not just a closure, but rather an important pivot to the storyline. As the writers are getting to the point of closure for this season, they will throw in some surprises that will bloat everyone, even the fans who are used to this show. It is true to say that the Outlander creative team has clipped the wings of expectations for fans, and this last season would be perhaps the wildest of them all. Are familiar betrayers again going to be betrayers, or would acquaintances be formed in these turnings of events? Also, there is always the option of introducing new characters, which can be quite interesting, given the fact that we are venturing into the very depths of the Revolutionary War. There surely would be other characters that will be brought in to redefine the ideologies of the existing characters. Such new characters might very well be the reason why Claire and Jamie would be struggling with their personal convictions and choices. How will these new areas of growth and relationships develop affect the current and already clashing dynamics that we have grown to enjoy? Throughout Outlander, love, sacrifice, and perseverance have been incorporated in a very artistic manner. Now, as we approach the last quarter of the series, it's obvious that these three concepts will magnify even more. Time and time again, Claire and Jamie have had barriers put in their way, but will they reach a point of having to decide between affection and allegiance? The sense of loss experienced by these characters feels genuine, and it is safe to say that Season 8 will heighten that sentiment. How far will Jamie go to save his family? What will Claire do when her medical skills are needed? These are conflict issues that raise the anticipation for the last season and how it will depict the series' themes of love and sacrifice in adverse situations. As the time approaches when Outlander will wave goodbye to its audience, it becomes pertinent to think about the imprint the show will leave. In all conformed love stories, it is their narrative that has touched each and every individual, irrespective of time or place, which is the story of Claire and Jamie. Therefore, because the final season is so far away, it is evident that the show has found its niche in the run of it all. How then should the builders of this franchise respect this legacy and offer a fitting ending that, however, is new? It is a heavy task, but if there is anyone who can achieve this, it is the Outlander gang. Given their storytelling skills, it is natural to expect that they will come up with a last chapter that will be fondly remembered long after it is put out. In concentrating on Season 8, it would also be good to examine the possible evolution of major characters or the main cast as Season 8 unfolds. Since the beginning of the series, Claire and Jamie have undergone extensive development. However, will they undergo any further development in these last episodes? The trials that they face could go on to inform more profound self-knowledge and epiphanies, which will transcend their immediate predicament. As an illustration, Claire has always been portrayed as a woman who lives ahead of her contemporaries, and with the beginning of the Revolutionary War, her contemporary ways may not fit the context of 18th century Scotland. How will she deal with that? Is it not hard to envision that the character of Claire would willingly accept the role of fighting for the dominant people and their cause, even if it meant risking her own life? Jamie is also a character portrayed as deeply honorable and loyal among other virtues. Bearing in mind the pressures he is facing, will he still be able to avoid behaviors that are not characteristic of him? Such dilemmas may not only influence the way his character is developed, but the plot as a whole as well. In any story, especially in being able to build excitement, one must expect several fight scenes and several life-threatening challenges. In this case, provided a situation of revolutionary war, these fights might not only be physical, they might as well be intellectual. Therefore, at any one point in time, we should expect the characters to have conflicts and interactions that endanger their lives. What great confrontations would exist, if any, especially where Jamie and Claire would be opposing each other in their fights? Such intricate relationships can put both of them through turmoil because love will not be the problem. Those climactic scenes are most likely to be action-packed and full of emotions at the same time, thus engaging the audience actively. The countdown to Season 8 has begun, stirring a mix of excitement and melancholy. Most of us have been enthralled by the saga of Claire and Jamie, and with the last season around, the question arises, what's in store for us? The mixture of the personal and the political certainty hints at something more, possibly even something that will change the whole Outlander landscape in a way readers never expected. So what do you think? Will Season 8 fulfill the expectations set by its predecessors? Or will it veer off in an unexpected direction? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going as we prepare to embrace the final chapters of this incredible saga.